So I did not intend on enlisting as a grunt. I initially enlisted at 0321, which was recon.
Okay.
Uh, Went through, so at the time it was kind of a. So at the time you go through basic, you go through boot camp and everything like that. Then from there you moved more toward, or so from there we did infantry school, which was down at Camp Pendleton. So we did that, and then just after I graduated, they stopped doing that um, for recon wannabes. So for 0321s that volunteer and stuff like that, they stopped doing where you went through the entire infantry school,
Mm-hmm.
with the idea that because so many guys were dropping out. So when you dropped out, then you're at the will of the Marine Corps. So you fit into
I'm
the
sorry.
billing.
What year was this? I'm sorry.
This was in 2000. So I enlisted in 2012,
Okay.
and I went to boot camp in 2013. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird how that started. It started with they started at my enlistment date, which was 2012. So,
Yeah.
but I didn't go to boot camp until 2013.
Okay.
So this was 2013. This was going on. My class, as far as I'm aware, was the last year that did where you were allowed to go through the entirety of infantry school,
Okay.
and then volunteer slash get a contract for recon. And then if you didn't make it through recon, they would reclass you in an infantry battalion. However, ended up getting rid of that. So then if you didn't make it through recon, then they would send you through whatever kind of needs of the Marine Corps. So that's kind of where they ended up going with that. That's way above my pay grade. But anyway, so I ended up going to recon. Went through Mart with. So the first day we started with about. There's a lot of Marines. It was
Yeah.
quite a bit. I think by the end of the week, we ended up with there were 19 of us left.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the second week, there was quite a bit fewer than that. So I ended up getting through MART, which is Marines Awaiting Recon Training. Did a little bit in BRC, which is Basic Reconnaissance Course. So I scored high enough in MART. Went to BRC. Had kind of, long story short, had some injuries that I ended up basically getting disqualified over. Not disqualified. So they allowed me the option where they said, hey, you have a reserve contract. You can either go home,
Yeah.
you can heal up at home, and you can do your thing there and then come back, or you can go to Lima Company, which no one likes Lima Company. For those who don't remember or don't know, Lima Company is kind of it's a holding company, and it's kind of where it's not a fun place to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay.
so went there. So that was the other option, was you can be there for until you heal up,
Mm-hmm.
and you know come, or you can go home and go come back at a later date whenever your unit sends you back, as